The Race Point Dunes in Provincetown, Massachusetts, have an eerie atmosphere that has haunted Cape Cod for nearly 50 years. On a summer day in July 1974, the serene beauty of Provincetown was shattered by a shocking discovery. A young girl, while walking her dog, stumbled upon a gruesome scene that would captivate the minds of locals and true crime enthusiasts alike. The girl's discovery was chilling. A woman's body, face down on a beach towel, her hands severed, and her head nearly decapitated. The brutality of the crime shocked the community and left detectives with a daunting task. Who was this woman, and why had she met such a violent end? The investigation began, but it quickly became clear that this was no ordinary case. No ID, no witnesses, no leads. The woman had no identification on her, and there were no immediate clues to her identity. The police scoured the area for evidence, but the dunes offered little in the way of answers. The case grew cold, and the woman became known simply as the Lady of the Dunes. Her story was relegated to the annals of unsolved mysteries, a tragic tale with no resolution in sight. She became known as the Lady of the Dunes. Over the years, her story took on a life of its own, becoming part of local folklore. People speculated about her identity and the circumstances of her death. Was she a victim of a serial killer? A mob hit? Theories abounded, but none could be proven. The Lady of the Dunes remained an enigma, a ghostly figure haunting the sands of Cape Cod. For years, her identity remained a mystery, until now. Decades passed, and the case seemed destined to remain unsolved. But advances in forensic science and the advent of DNA technology offered new hope. In 2023, a breakthrough came. Through the tireless efforts of genealogists and forensic experts, the Lady of the Dunes was finally given a name: Ruth Marie Terry. The revelation was a monumental step forward, but it also raised new questions. Fast forward to 2023, DNA breakthroughs and genealogy sleuthing revealed her name: Ruth Marie Terry. The discovery was a testament to the power of modern science and the dedication of those who refused to let her story be forgotten. But identifying Ruth was only the beginning. The next challenge was to uncover the circumstances of her death and bring her killer to justice. The case, once cold, was now heating up. But here's the twist: the case is far from over. While the identification of Ruth Marie Terry was a significant breakthrough, it opened up a new chapter in the investigation. Detectives now had to piece together her life, her connections, and the events leading up to her death. The task was daunting, but the renewed interest in the case brought fresh eyes and new perspectives. The hunt for her killer was on. Who killed her? And why? These questions loomed large as investigators delved into Ruth's past. They uncovered a web of intrigue, with potential connections to notorious crime figures. Was Ruth a victim of circumstance, or was there something more sinister at play? The clues were tantalizing, but the answers remained elusive. The investigation took on a new urgency, as detectives raced against time to solve the mystery. Clues point to a chilling connection with notorious crime figures. The possibility that Ruth's death was linked to organized crime added a new layer of complexity to the case. Detectives pored over old case files, re-examined evidence, and followed up on leads that had long been forgotten. The shadowy world of crime in the 1970s came into focus, revealing a dangerous landscape where Ruth may have found herself entangled. With the discovery of the Lady of the Dunes, the police launched an extensive investigation to uncover her identity and find her killer. The initial steps were crucial, but fraught with challenges. Detectives began by scouring missing persons reports, hoping that someone had reported a woman matching her description. However, they quickly realized that the missing hands made fingerprint identification impossible. The absence of hands was a deliberate attempt to thwart identification, leaving investigators with fewer options. They turned to dental records, hoping that the woman's teeth would provide the clues they needed. Dental experts meticulously examined her teeth, comparing them against thousands of records. Despite their best efforts, no match was found. In an era before DNA technology, investigators relied heavily on physical descriptions. They commissioned sketches of the woman, hoping that someone might recognize her. These sketches were distributed widely, appearing in newspapers and on television. The public was urged to come forward with any information that might help identify her. Despite these efforts, the case was plagued by challenges. The secluded location of the body meant there were no witnesses, and the dunes offered little in the way of evidence. The brutal nature of the crime suggested a level of premeditation and planning, but without a clear motive or suspect, the investigation stalled. As weeks turned into months, the leads grew colder. Detectives faced the daunting task of piecing together a puzzle with missing pieces. The lack of identification meant they couldn't trace her movements or connections. Each day that passed without answers made the case more difficult to solve. The Lady of the Dunes became a haunting reminder of the limits of forensic science at the time. The investigators' dedication was unwavering, but the tools at their disposal were simply not enough. The case went cold, and the woman remained nameless, her story untold. But the determination of those who sought to give her a name and bring her killer to justice never waned. The Lady of the Dunes may have been a mystery for decades, but the tireless efforts of investigators ensured that her case was never forgotten. As the investigation into the Lady of the Dunes stalled, various theories began to emerge, each trying to piece together the puzzle of her identity and the circumstances of her death. Some speculated that she might have fallen victim to organized crime. The methodical nature of her murder and the deliberate attempt to obscure her identity suggested a certain level of sophistication. Perhaps she had witnessed something she shouldn't have, or maybe she was involved with the wrong people. Another theory pointed towards the possibility of a serial killer. The brutality of the crime and the lack of identification were eerily similar to other unsolved cases from the same era. Could the Lady of the Dunes have been one of many victims, lost in a series of heinous acts committed by a roaming killer? Then, there's the theory that captured the imagination of many: the film industry connection. In 2015, a tantalizing clue emerged when author Joe Hill suggested that the Lady of the Dunes might have appeared as an extra in the movie Jaws. Jaws was filmed in the summer of 1974 in Martha's Vineyard, just a short distance from where her body was found. Hill noticed a woman in the background of one scene who bore a striking resemblance to the composite sketches of the Lady of the Dunes. She was wearing a blue bandana and jeans, similar to the clothing found on the victim. This theory gained traction, with enthusiasts and investigators alike combing through old footage and production stills, hoping to find more clues. If true, it could place the Lady of the Dunes in a specific location and time, potentially narrowing down her identity and the circumstances leading to her death. While none of these theories have been definitively proven, they highlight the enduring fascination with the case and the lengths to which people will go to solve it. Each theory brings its own set of possibilities and raises new questions, keeping the mystery alive and the search for answers ongoing. The Lady of the Dunes remains a haunting enigma, a story woven with threads of speculation and fragments of truth. As time marches on, so does the advancement of technology and investigative techniques. The Lady of the Dunes case, once seemingly frozen in time, has seen renewed efforts in recent years to uncover her true identity. One of the most significant advancements is in the realm of forensic facial reconstruction. Using modern technology and the latest software, forensic artists have been able to create more accurate and lifelike representations of what the Lady of the Dunes might have looked like. These reconstructions are shared with the public in the hopes that someone, somewhere, might recognize her. DNA analysis has also become a powerful tool in the ongoing investigation. With the rise of genetic genealogy, investigators can now compare the DNA of the Lady of the Dunes with samples from public databases. This method has already solved numerous cold cases by identifying distant relatives and constructing family trees, leading to potential matches. In 2019, a major breakthrough occurred when the FBI announced they had successfully extracted a full DNA profile from the remains of the Lady of the Dunes. This profile is now being used in an extensive genealogical search, aiming to find any familial connections that could provide crucial clues about her identity. Alongside these scientific efforts, amateur sleuths and professional investigators continue to dig through archives, re-examine old evidence, and follow up on new leads. The internet has become a vital platform for sharing information and theories, with dedicated forums and social media groups keeping the conversation alive. Despite the passage of nearly 5 decades, the mystery of the Lady of the Dunes endures. The combination of cutting-edge forensic science and persistent investigative work offers hope that one day the veil of anonymity will be lifted and her story will finally be told. The quest for answers continues, driven by a collective desire for justice and closure. As we embrace the future of forensic advancements, we remain committed to solving the enigma of the Lady of the Dunes. The Lady of the Dunes case has not only perplexed investigators, but has also left an indelible mark on the community and true crime enthusiasts worldwide. This mystery has captured the public's imagination for decades, becoming a symbol of the countless unsolved cases that still haunt us. What is it about the Lady of the Dunes that continues to evoke such a powerful response? Is it the eerie circumstances of her death, the haunting reconstructions of her face, or the relentless passage of time that has yet to reveal her true identity? Perhaps it is the universal human desire to seek justice and truth, to give a name and a story to those who have been forgotten. The Lady of the Dunes represents not just one woman, but a myriad of unsolved mysteries, and the enduring hope that one day, answers will come. This case reminds us of the importance of persistence in the face of uncertainty, and the collective effort required to solve these enigmas. It challenges us to ask why some cases remain unsolved, and what it says about our society's ability to bring closure to those left in the shadows. As we reflect on the Lady of the Dunes, we are reminded of the countless other cold cases that also deserve our attention and effort. Each one holds a story, a life cut short, and a family left wondering. The Lady of the Dunes case serves as a poignant reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for truth. It fuels our passion to continue investigating, to keep searching, and to never give up hope. As we conclude our exploration of the Lady of the Dunes case, we are left with more questions than answers. Who was she? What led to her tragic end? And why has her identity remained a mystery for so long? Despite the advancements in forensic science and the tireless efforts of investigators, the Lady of the Dunes continues to elude us, her story unfinished. Some theories suggest she was the victim of a serial killer, while others propose more personal motives. Could she have been someone who simply vanished from the radar, unreported and unnoticed? Or perhaps, was she connected to a larger, more sinister network of crime? Each theory, while compelling, leaves us with a sense of incompletion. As we ponder these possibilities, we invite you, our viewers, to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. What do you believe is the most plausible explanation for this enduring mystery? Your insights and perspectives could be the key to unlocking new avenues of investigation. The story of the Lady of the Dunes is a haunting reminder that some mysteries may never be fully resolved. Yet, it is this very uncertainty that keeps our curiosity alive and fuels our quest for truth. Even decades later, the Lady of the Dunes continues to cast a long shadow, her story a chilling enigma that refuses to fade. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of America's most perplexing cold cases. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into true crime mysteries. Together, we can continue to seek answers and shine a light on the darkest corners of human history. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop searching for the truth.